I'm going to discuss with you about this project, Secure Multi-Owner Data Sharing. So what do you mean by this? Secure multi-owner data sharing for dynamic groups in the cloud architecture. So this is one more concept in cloud. So cloud computing is one emerging technology. Today everything is becoming online. So as the volume of data is going to increase, everything should be stored securely in the cloud architecture. So cloud computing is one important concept. So secure multi-owner data sharing for dynamic groups in the cloud. Basically, what do you mean by network security? So what is network security? So whenever I'm going to transfer some package, it should be protected. Clear? So what we are going to do in this project, secure multi-owner data sharing, I'm going to create a combined solution for quality of service and security issues in the cloud. If I want to store something in the cloud storage area, so it should be stored in a secured manner. It should be protected by strong cryptographic techniques and it should be stored in a secured manner. So I have to go for different types of security issues are being faced. So I'm going to create a combined solution for quality of service and security issues in the cloud. So I'm going to provide the solution for security for dynamic group users by the untrusted cloud. So this is the problem statement. So what we are going to do in this project, secure multi-owner data sharing for dynamic groups in the cloud. So secured multi-owner data sharing for dynamic groups in the cloud. So block security, multi-owner data sharing. So whenever I am going to intra-network security, you can call them. So whenever I want to transfer some data, so you have to go for this intra-network security. You can go for inter-network security or you can go for intra-network security. So what do you mean by this? Intra-network security. So what we are going to do in this project, block security. For example, say for example, you have different departments in a corporate company. You have a marketing department, you have a sales department, you have an admin department. So manufacturing unit, you have different departments in a corporate company. So I have to transfer some blocks of data among different groups. So it should be protected by strong cryptographic techniques. I can go for some cloud concepts. So what we are going to do in this project, multi-owner data sharing. So the purpose of the strategy, I am going to propose a safe multi-proprietor data sharing arrangement. It derives that any customer in the social affair can securely give data to others with the untrusted cloud. So this arrangement can support dynamic social occasions. So especially new permitted customers can clearly unscramble data archives exchange before their backing without coming to with data proprietors. So I'm providing a brief overview about this project. So what we are going to do in this project, I'm just going to provide you a brief overview about this project. So customer revocation can be successfully provisioned through a novel force varying list without updating the puzzle keys of whatever remains of the customers. Clear with this? So what do you mean by this project? So what we are going to do in this project? So we are going to propose a safe and security ensuring access control to customers. They guarantee any part in a social event to anonymously utilize the cloud resource. Clear with this? So what we are going to do in this project? So the veritable identities of data proprietors can be revealed by the get-together executive and open deliberation happen. So we give careful security examination and perform expansive generations to show the adequacy of our arrangement to the extent limit. So I am just giving you a brief overview about this project abstract. So currently what is happening in the existing system? So what is happening in the existing system? So what is the disadvantage of my existing system? So why I have to go for the proposed system? So what is happening in the existing system? Several security schemes for data sharing on untrusted servers, they have been proposed. So in these approaches, data owners store the encrypted data files in untrusted storage and distribute the corresponding decryption keys only to authorized users. So thus unauthorized users as well as storage servers cannot learn the content of the data files. So it is protected by strong cryptographic keys. So however, the complexities of user participation and revocation are linearly increasing with the number of data owners and the number of revoked users. So this is what is happening in the existing system. So I'm going to propose a based on the ciphertext policy attribute based encryption technique, key policy attribute based encryption. So there are different types of encryption techniques. I can go for different types of cloud concepts are there. So I can use different types of cloud concepts. I can go for key policy attribute based encryption or I can go for some other type of encryption techniques. there is one more encryption technique. It is called as a AES algorithm, Advanced Encryption Standard. So what is the disadvantage of my existing system? So I'm just discussing with you about the existing system. So what is the disadvantage of my existing system? So it does not provide security for sharing the data within the groups. It does not provide privacy preserving access control to the users. So whenever I want to store something in the cloud architecture, so it should be stored in a secured manner. Clear with this? So what is the disadvantage of the existing system? So in order to overcome the disadvantage of the existing system, I need to go for the proposed system. So it does not provide privacy preserving access control to the users. So all these are the disadvantage of my existing system. So in order to overcome the disadvantage of the existing system, I am just going for the proposed system. So what is happening in the proposed system? So I am going to propose what is happening in the proposed system? So I am going to propose a secure multi-owner data sharing scheme named Mona for dynamic groups in the cloud architecture. So I am going to leverage the group signature and dynamic broadcast encryption techniques. So any cloud user, he can anonymously share the data with others. Clear with this? So this is what is happening in the proposed system. And what is the advantage of my proposed system when compared to the existing system? So what is the advantage of my proposed system? So I'm going to propose a secure multi-owner data sharing scheme. It implies that any user in the group can securely share the data with others by the untested cloud. So I'm going to provide secure and privacy preserving access control to the users. It guarantees any member in a group to anonymously utilize the cloud resource. And what are all the different hardware and software requirements that are essential to do this project? So whenever I want to do this project, so what are all the different hardware and software requirements that are essential to do this project? So everything is developed using the Java language. And it is developed, so I require JDK, Java Development Kit 1.8 and JRE. And I require Windows a 7 or 8 32-bit operating system. And backend, I require MySQL server, and everything is developed using the NetBeans IDE. And when you consider the hardware requirement, I require 1 GB RAM, 80 GB hard disk, about 2 GHz processor and data card. So all these are the different hardware and software requirements that are essential to do this project. So when you look at the system architecture, so all these are the different blocks that are present in the system architecture diagram. For example, I have cloud server. So for example, I have data read or write, I have the group members, I have registration, group manager. So block key. So everything will be stored securely in the form of blocks. There will be a block key. There will be a group manager. He need to distribute the keys, key distribution and revocation. So from this architecture diagram, you can just understand what we are going to do in this project. Secured multi-owner data sharing. So what we are going to do in this project. So for example, I have a cloud server. Everything will be stored securely in the cloud architecture. There will be a data read or write. There will be group members, registration, group managers. So there will be key distribution and revocation. You can just see here. So there will be a group manager. He can just revoke the keys and everything will be stored securely in the cloud server. And when you consider the development report for front-end design, I use HTML, hypertext markup language, and then I use CSS, cascaded style sheet. So in order to add some layouts to my HTML pages, I can go for CSS and JavaScript. So I can go for Ajax, JSP. So all these are the front-end design. And at the server side, I can go for servlets and core Java. And backend, I am just using this MySQL. So all these are the different hardware and software requirements that are essential to do this project. So what are all the different modules? So I am just discussing with you about this project. What do you mean by secure multi-owner data sharing? So what are all the different modules that are present in this project? So I have a user registration module. I have a user revocation module. I have file generation and deletion. So all these are the different modules that are present in my project. File access and traceability. So all these are the different modules that are present in my project. Clear with this? So what are the different modules? What we are going to do in this project and what are the different modules that are present in my project? So I can go for user registration. So whenever I want to register any users, I can go for user registration module. So the user, he will register and he can do something, and I can go for user revocation module. So all these are the different modules that are present in my project. File generation and deletion. So whenever I want to generate some files and whenever I want to delete some files, I can go for file generation and deletion. File access and traceability. So clear with this project, I am just giving you a brief overview about this project. You can just see here from the class diagram, use case diagram. So there will be a sender. All these are the different users that are present in this project. So there will be a sender, server, receiver. So all these are the different people. They have different types of roles. So for example, they have a sender, they have a server, and then they have a receiver. So all these are the different people that are present in this project. So whenever there is a sender, he is going to generate some key pair, encrypted file, and store different key. So aggregated key, request sent, for example, one time password, send key to the mail, receive the data. So what is the role of a server and what is the role of a receiver? So there will be a sender. So he is going to generate some key pair. He can encrypt the file. So what is the aim of different types of cloud concepts? Whenever I'm going to store something in the cloud architecture, so it should be protected by strong cryptographic techniques. So generate key pair, encrypted file, store different keys. So I can go for aggregated key, request sent, OTP, one-time password. I can send some key to the mail, receive the data. So you can see what is the role of a sender and what is the role of a receiver. For example, when you go to the servers, he can generate the key pair, he can encrypt the file, he can store different keys. So from this arrow, you can just see here what is the role of a sender and what is the role of a receiver. So there will be a sender, there will be a server, and there will be a receiver. Clear with this? So what is the role of a sender, what is the role of a server, and what is the role of a receiver? So I hope I'm clear with whatever I'm explaining. So I just gave you some brief overview about this multi-owner data sharing project. So dynamic groups, network security, this is one important cloud concept, or this is one important concept in network security. So I gave you one brief introduction to secure multi-owner data sharing. So what do you mean by this project? So till this part, whatever I'm speaking, everything is clear. If you are interested, you can go to InstaMojo and you can register for Java Full Stack Internship Program, JFSMC3. This is the coupon code. Once you register for the internship, you will be getting access to the PPTs, the recorded videos, the project files, how the projects are being developed. You will be gaining more practical knowledge. Once you attend this masterclass for 25 days, you will be receiving a free webinar certificate, and the internship users, they will be receiving an internship certificate as well as a participation certificate. If you are interested, you can go to InstaMojo and register for Java Full Stack Internship Program, JFSMC3. This is the coupon code. Once you register for the internship, you will be getting access to the PPTs, the recorded videos, the project files, how the projects are being developed. You will be gaining more practical knowledge. Once you attend this masterclass for 25 days, you will be receiving a free webinar certificate, and the internship users, they will be receiving an internship certificate as well as a participation certificate. So next I'm going to discuss with you about the implementation section. So this is my final day of my 30 days masterclass. So I just gave you some introduction to Java. So what is the use of Java language? I was discussing with you about different types of concepts. So next I'm going to discuss with you about the implementation of this project. So how to do this project, I'm going to discuss with you about the implementation of this project. So let me just discuss with you about the implementation section. So this is my data sharing. Under this web pages section, so I have different .jsp files. So I have admin links.jsp, I have admin login.jsp, app fail.jsp, app success, delete, down success. All these are the different .jsp files that are present in my project. So I can go for different .jsp files, and under my source packages section, so I have different .java files. So I can go for AES encrypted.java, I have admin servlet.java, approved servlet.java, delete servlet. All these are the different .java files that are present in my project. So I can go for admin links.java. So when you consider this, so let me just execute this project so that you will understand this better, what I'm trying to do in this project. So just right click, I'm going to run this file. So it is going to take some time. So it will be executed and can see my results in the web browser. So for example, inside this, I'm having a table called login. So whatever is there, you can just give the username and password. Tamil, Tamil. So whatever is the username and password, I'm just giving here. Clear with this, I can go for login servlet, and if I want to create some account, I can just give here. So once you go to the admin login, so this is one simple example of multi-owner data sharing. So select star from admin login. So you can go for user registration form. You can go for user revocation details. If I want to create a group, so whenever you want to create a new user, you can go for this user registration form. So whatever is the name of the user, I need to give the username, password. So I need to give username, email, password, and whatever is the group name, I need to give the corresponding group name here. So whatever is the email ID, so I'm just mentioning the email ID here. Just sign up. So username already exists. So if it already exists, you can just create with a new username. So this is one simple example. So for example, I'm giving the username and password. Whatever is the username and password, I'm just logging in. So I can create a group, new group name. So here I can create. So whatever is the group name, so I can just give here. Clear with this? So whenever I want to create some group key, so I can just do so like this. Just create. Clear with this, and user revocation details. Whenever I want to revoke any user, I can just go here and I can submit this. So I have to enter the group name and I have to enter the group key and I have to click the submit button. So I was just discussing with you about this mono project. So I can go for admin login.jsp. So in order to do this project, all these are the different .jsp files that are present in my project. So you can go for admin login.jsp. So for example, I'm just giving here form name equal to F1 and action to whichever servlet it needs to go. So I can go for admin servlet and method equal to post request. So I can go for unordered list. I can go for different types of list here. So I'm having a starting list tag and a closing list tag. Clear with this? So I have this app success, application fail, error.jsp. So all these are the different .jsp files that are required for my project. So I can go for login.jsp, I can go for links.jsp. So I can go for application success, down success, error.jsp. So all these are the different .jsp files that are required for my project. Clear with this? So what are the different .jsp files that are present in my project? So I can go for links.jsp. So whenever I want to create some links, I can go for links.jsp. So you can see here, choose your required links here. So to whichever page I want to go to, so I can just choose my links here. So I can go for registration.jsp, reverse success.jsp. So different .jsp files, front end pages, Java server pages that are required for my project. So I can go for success.jsp. So I can go for different .jsp files that are present in my project. So I can go for href. So I can go for success.jsp. So I can go for user revocation, user exist. And inside my source packages, I have different types of .java files. So all these are the different .java files that are present in my source packages section. So I have AES encrypted.java. So I have admin servlet.java, approved servlet.java. I have delete servlet, delete group, download servlet. All these are the different .java files that are present in my project. So firstly, in order to do any kind of Java project, I need to import the corresponding packages and libraries. So what are the different packages and libraries? I need to import the corresponding packages and libraries. So I require this import java.io.star. So and then I require this java.security.key and crypto.cipher secret key. So all these are the different .java, that is packages and libraries that are required for my project. So you can go for AES encryptor. So you can just see here. So whenever I want to get some instance, I can go for encrypt method or I can go for decrypt method. So there is a method called encrypt and there is a method called decrypt. So whenever I want to perform some encryption and decryption, I can go for encrypt method or I can go for decrypt method. And I have admin servlet.java. So all these are the different .java files that are present in my project. So whenever you click this admin servlet.java, so all these are the different packages and libraries that are required for my project. So I'm just importing this java.io.io exception. So in order to handle any input output exception, so I'm just importing this. So import java.io.io exception. So and then I'm importing this java.sql.result set. So whenever I want to retrieve some records or fetch some records from the database, I'm just importing the corresponding packages and libraries. So I'm just importing this java.sql.result set. So and then I'm importing this javax.servlet.annotation.web-servlet, HTTP servlet. So all these are the different packages and libraries that are required for my project. So after importing the essential packages and libraries, whenever I want to define any new class, I am using the class keyword followed by the name of the class. So it is extending this HTTP servlet. It is prepended by the public access modifier. So I can go for encrypt.java. So what are the essential packages and libraries? So I need to import the corresponding packages and libraries. So I'm just importing this Java X or crypto.star. So I can go for different packages and libraries. So I can go for login servlet.java. So I have group admin.java. So all these are the different .java files that are present in my project. Clear with this? So I'm just giving you a brief overview about this project. So what we are going to do in this secure multi-owner data sharing. So this is one important concept in network security, or you can call them this is one important cloud concept. So when you want to execute this project, so just right click. What are the different types of operations? There is an upload servlet.java. So whenever I want to upload some files, you can go for upload servlet.java. So if you want to execute this, just right click and there is an option to run this file. So once you provide the username and password, once I'm going to log in, you can perform any type of transactions. Clear with this? So with this, I'm just stopping this video. So I hope I am clear with whatever I have explained. This is my final day of my 30 days masterclass. If you are interested, you can go to InstaMojo and register for Java Full Stack Internship Program JFSMC3. This is the coupon code. Once you register for the internship, you will be getting access to the PPTs, the recorded videos, the project files, how the projects are being developed. You will be gaining more practical knowledge. Once you attend this masterclass for 25 days, you will be receiving a free webinar certificate, and the internship users, they will be receiving an internship certificate as well as a participation certificate. If you are interested, you can go to InstaMojo and you can register for Java Full Stack Internship Program JFSMC3. This is the coupon code. Once you register for the internship, you will be getting access to the PPTs, the recorded videos, the project files, how the projects are being developed. You will be gaining more practical knowledge. Once you attend this masterclass for 25 days, you will be receiving a free webinar certificate, and the internship users, they will be receiving an internship certificate as well as a participation certificate. So with this, I'm just stopping this video. Clear with this? So this is my final day of my 30 days masterclass. I hope I'm clear with whatever I have explained you. Thank you all.